guys, it's Kevin the Canadian Hillbilly, and it's time to play with the tool that I built. And guess what? I got myself a nice little chunk of aluminum down here. We're going to fold this fella up. I'm going to make it a 2-foot wide tray, and I'm going to close up the other end. I was looking at what I needed to hook up my welding machine to run aluminum wire. I'm going to need argon gas, which I don't got. I'm also going to have to change the liner in the whip, which I don't got. So I'm going to have to put little tabs on this, drill some holes in it, and go with that. I'm going to silicone up the ends so that way it will be watertight. And one end's going to be open. The idea is I'm going to make a box that's going to sit on the discharge side of my high banker and be on a slight angle, running downhill. That way, if any gold makes it through the high banker, it'll be caught in this box here, which will be I'll be able to clean out. So I'm looking forward to this build because I get to use my brand new toy that I just made the other day. Woohoo, boy! It's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. So the first thing we got to do is, I believe that thing is 32 by 32. I'm going to lay it flat on the ground here. I'm going to have to mark out all my lines on it. I'm going to have to use a metal scribe on it and mark lines on it. Then I'm going to have to basically cut out the corners for where it's going to be folded up and leave a little tab on each end of it so that way that could go on there as well. So it's going to be a multiple step process here. So I'm going to lay this fella down. I'm going to sharpen up a nail to a nice precision point that I can use to run my lines. And then take it from there. Yeah, probably use a piece of angle iron or something like that as a straight edge. I got my framing square over there, but it's only good for 24 inches, and it's a little bit longer than that, but framing square will be needed. I'm going to clean this little fella up just a smidge, and yeah, we're going to take it from there. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun one. See you when I guess this thing gets all lined on it, then yeah, we'll take it from there. Time to make some lines. So you know the old expression, measure twice and cut once? Well, I'm glad I did measure a few times because I kind of buggered up. And it's 2 3/4 in. That will give me a 24-inch gap across. This is the little section here I'm going to have to cut out. I'm going to fold this end up, and then I'm going to fold this end up. And then I'm going to take off the back plate there. I'm going to put a flat bar of steel to clamp this to the deck, and then I'm going to fold this end up this way, which will give me my box. So this should be good, and that'll leave the other end open. And a 24-inch pan, almost a 3-inch thick wall, 2 3/4, and yeah, hopefully that goes well for a fellow. So next step is to cut this out, which I'm going to do pretty darn soon here. And then once that's removed, I'll be able to mount the metal into the brake and get everything all nice in position, snugged in there, and then commence with the fold. I'm looking forward to this. Well, I got my little notches cut in here. This part's going to be a fold. That's where the flap's going to be. This wall's going to come up, and that one's going to go over. There we go. Looking pretty good so far. Yeah, kind of liking it. Awesome. Well, time to throw this thing in the old folder here and make it so. That might work first off. That's loose. That's loose. Lift up a snitch, another snitch. That's good. That's good. I'm going to have to move stuff here that's against the wall. So I'm going to have to move the whole sawhorse through. I think that'll be the easier option. Oh my goodness, this thing is heavy. have to play with some nuts and bolts here and get this thing dialed into where I want it. Looking about right on each side. Clamped in there. Oh yeah, I should probably get that more in line here. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking about par for the course. That end. This end. Stop bolt probably in there. This one's good in there too. About good. I'm going to snug this one up just a smidge too. Alright. Ready to do the first fold. Cool boy. Let's see how she goes. Oh! I had a weld break on my clamp. Son of a bitch. Well. Back to the old frickin' drawing board on that, I guess. Time to get the welder out and zippies after that and do it up good. Son of a bitch. Well, that sucks. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. And this one didn't go according to plan. God damn it. Well, time to get the old welder out and do up all this. I'm going to hit the brakes on this. I'm going to weld that back up, and we'll hopefully get back to where we're at. Dang nugget. That sucks. In case anybody missed it, this bar came off of here, so I'm going to have to... Yeah. Great. Ah, well. At least this is all part of the process, you know what I mean? Well, hopefully that little guy holds in there. Time to reclamp everything and put her back in there. That was a little inconvenience, but that's the way she goes. You know, it's a maiden voyage, you know, that's to be expected. Well, back to the old drawing board, trying to put this fella in there and see if I can squeeze it. I should probably also let this thing cool down because it's still quite a bit hot. So I'm just going to let this sit for a bit, have a sip of coffee, and just enjoy life. Beautiful day out there. Okay, round two. Got this all nice and clamped down. Everything's snug. Everything's tight. Do the middle clamp here a smidge. looking good. Hopefully we don't hear a popping noise on this one. Up there, you guys can witness the victory. Or defeat. Hopefully it's a victory. Boy, that's a lot of force on that. That's really lifting up that metal. Wow. Holy smokes, I'm lifting the whole sawhorses up here. Wow. That's crazy. There's no pressure on the middle clamp. I didn't think that was going to lift that right up like that. I need somebody to come in here and counterweight this damn thing. Wow. Okay. No, it's bending right on the line, but I'm just lifting up my damn sawhorses. Oh boy. Talk about an unforeseen problem I was not anticipating. Well, what could a feller do? This is too wide for that. You can only barely, but I'll be able to hang any weight off of that. Oh boy, I need some assistance in here with this one. You know, it's just being too heavy. Look at that, eh? Wow. Okay. So I can do it. I just need more weight on my horses. Didn't expect that. Really didn't expect that. I wonder if I should just screw these things to the floor and the ground in here. Boy, oh boy, what to do? I have to go get beautiful wife to give me a hand with this one. Jesus Christ, I didn't think it was going to be that hard to do. Well, at least nothing broke. Oh boy. Yeah. That's hilarious. But it is folding pretty nicely though, what I got folded. Oh man, what could I use on this thing to counterweight it? Something that's heavy. There. Got a jack here. I need to get this in behind this frickin' rifle. Counterweight here, counterweight there. Hopefully that stops it from lifting up. Be nice to get a good fold in on this. There you guys go. As long as the camera doesn't tip over while I'm doing my bend, I'll be a happy camper. Still gonna need more weight on there than that. Wow. Not quite a 90 yet. This is insane. Yeah. I think I'm going to need more weight on there. These old road signs are a little bit thicker gauge aluminum than I anticipated. God dang it. I want my fold. This is getting kind of hilarious. nowhere near 90 degree yet. Freaking hilarious. The jack there. More weight on there, the better, right? Ah! Yeah, I'm going to need more weight on there than that. That's insane. Holy shit. I didn't think it was going to require this much effort to fold aluminum. Good aluminum, I guess. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to wrangle an assistant for this one. I'm going to hit the brakes on this, maybe get some help, because this is far too heavy for this fella, apparently. Kind of humorous, really. I didn't think it was going to be this difficult to bend aluminum. Apparently it is. Huh. Who would have thought? Well, I'm going to hit the brakes on this and go get some help. What a show. It's almost there. It's drying, but just not quite the 90 degree angle I'm looking for. I also know it's a little steeper on this end. And there's a boat out in the middle. I wonder if that's because the clamp here's rising up in the middle. It does apply a lot of force to it. I'm kind of surprised how much energy it takes to. Oh yeah, that's on there. Yeah. I just need some more weight on this end here, I think. This is freaking hilarious. I don't know what else I could do to tie off. Like grab more, throw a floor jack on there? Like, I don't know. I do got that other piece of angle iron. I could probably stick it across here. That's another 40 pounds. I'm going to go grab that, give that a try. This is hilarious. Alright, give this a go. Hey. It just does not want to give the guy a nice piece of work here. Go a little further though, but great. More metal. Can't get much more in there than that. I'm going to have to find some thinner frickin' metal, I think. The old sign just does not want to go for a fella. Which frickin' sucks. Huh. Yeah. I wonder if I can do it with a rubber mallet. Work my way across? I don't know. think that's going to work for a fella. Well, shoot. I don't think this is going to work for a fella. Which, this kind of sucks. The only way I can get it to work is if I were to score it with a saw. Just take a freaking millimeter off of it and weaken the material so it will take the fold, but do enough to the point where you don't compromise the whole damn thing. Interesting. Well, I'm going to hit the brakes on this and see if I can come up with a good battle plan, because these counterweights, they're effective, but not effective enough for this. This stuff's just putting up too much of a fight for a fella. Well, I came up with a second plan. I decided to make the metal a little thinner where the folds are. Let's see if that helps the guy out. Hopefully it folds nicely and it doesn't break. I think I did the first one a little on the low side. Only wanted about, just a smidge, like 1 millimeter out, and I think I got a little over carried away on that. So hopefully it folds and it doesn't break. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm going to leave this whole piece on for a tab to wrap it around. So hopefully it goes according to plan, because so far this hasn't gone according to plan. But that's the way it should go someday. Sometimes, things in life just don't go according to plan. Here's to a nice noise and no pops. Well, all we did, she went to 90 degrees. Oh boy, look at that. That went perfect. Victory! Excellent. Now I'm going to pop this guy out of here. Give her the old 180. Awesome. Oh! I'm glad I found a trick to bend that thicker metal like that. Hopefully she stays intact though. That's my only worry, is making it thin, you make it weak, right? This guy off a smidge. Same thing on this side. Straight through. Oh yeah. It doesn't feel broken. I don't see no daylight. Get this fella in there and get her to a sweet spot. Clamp everything back down again. That's good. Get her up there to a nice 90. Which it's looking about right. Open up that a smidge, because that's going to have to be open a smidge. Now I got to pop off this top clamp, put a piece of wood or a piece of metal in there to hold it as a clamp, and then flip it over. Sweet! There, stick this down here, blow out of the way. Oh, she's a beauty. Now, the last fold I can say is this guy here. I need a piece of metal. Oh, it's going to have to be this way, I'm sorry. Some of the flat bar of steel. Use it as a back plate and just clamp her on there to there. got just a piece of metal and just the tool for the job. Make sure that's 24 inches across, which it should be. Holy geez, snug as a bug in a rug. Awesome. So I got carpet that will fit in here. By miner's moss in a 2-foot width. Yeah, now I just need to do a piece of metal up to this at 24 inches. So I got right down here. So I'm going to hit the brakes on this. I'm going to cut that piece of metal, and then I'm going to clamp this all up, and we're going to proceed with the last hole. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Things are looking good in here. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Well, I got a little too gung-ho and got excited. Forgot about filming. But I ended up using these clamps and this here piece of metal. And with the clamps in there, she took the fold very nicely. So I just gotta, bolt this up. And I'll show you the carpet. The carpet fits in there like a glove. Look at that, eh? Boom, right in there, perfect, nice and square, even. Yep. Now we're just going to line this sucker with some miner's moss on top of it. 2 layers of expanded metal. And she'll be good to go. I'm probably going to end up using the old school little blocks on the side here like you do in a old school sluice run. Putting a couple pieces of angle iron, make a little wedge. And that'll just hold that expanded metal in place, and the miner's moss and the carpet and everything. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to work for a fella. And if you're interested in one, I'll be selling these guys for probably, I don't know, $150 I figure, $100. It's going to be a bit money materials for the miner's moss and the carpet and the metal, so, nothing in life is ever free. One thing I was also thinking about doing too was I could make legs off the end of the angle iron, or I could make like a little rocker out of it, and you can just dump your dirt in it and throw some water on top of it and give her the old shake, and away you go. But that's going to be perfect for putting on the end of a sluice run to capture all the course or all the tailings coming out at the end of your sluice run to see if you're blowing anything out. And if you are, this is an extra capture zone. It's nice and wide. It's going to, like I say, have multiple pieces of expanded metal in there. So I'm thinking this should do the trick pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to work in the field. It's a nice looking little unit. Worked out pretty good. Kind of happy with everything on that. It's going to need a little fine tuning. I'm going to end up just drilling a hole in here and putting 1 bolt in, maybe 2, just to hold everything together. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Can't complain. That worked out very, very nicely. Yeah, none of the metal broke. It all took the fold. So that's what the trick was. I had to score it out with a circular saw and put it through the press. And I'm glad everything worked on this. Besides the clamp popping on the first one. But that was also with trying to do a full sign. I ended up popping that right out and grabbing another one. So it cost me a little bit of material. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that's looking. Hope you guys like this one. And I'm probably going to fire this back up tomorrow once I get the other stuff in here. I might as well go cut the expanded metal today and get that ready to go. So that way it'll just be a quick drop in and go. Another thing I'm going to do too is snug up these guys and bolt them up, which shouldn't be too big of a deal or too bad. Yeah, just got to get that a little snugger, and then drill it and bolt it. Yeah, not too shabby. Kind of happy the way this one's turning out. Too bad I jumped the gun on that one. I was really hoping I should have been able to film that for that last bend, because that one's kind of an important one. I was expecting it to work out as good as it did, and I was all excited. I got a beautiful wife here to give me a hand with it. So I had to take out one of the 2 2x4s, so that way I could fit this clamp in. That would go all the way underneath and grab onto that big flat bar, because you got to use a modified clamp for doing the end one, because you got these guys in the way. You can't do it with the backstop there, so it has to be something flat. and it worked out pretty darn good. So I got myself a technique for building these guys. I got the tools, and you need a lot of clamps to hold all this stuff down, I discovered. It likes to move on you. As you see, I had to get some counterweight in there. But once I squirted it, the metal, it went really, really well. So I'm very, very pleased with the way this has turned out. And I'm glad I got a bunch more of these guys squirreled away. So I'm going to have to buy material as I sell these boxes and start producing them, I guess. It's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching this part of it. Kind of cut up some expanded metal. Bye. Well, look at this little gizmo. So the only thing I'm going to do here is get a little piece of angle iron that I can bolt to this, and that'll also hold all this expanded metal down. So you can just kind of drop it in there, and then drop it in there. I don't know what I'm going to do for clamping down on this end here, because if you slide it in that way, then you have to drop it down. If I got a piece of angle iron in the way as a tab, it's going to interfere with that. So I am thinking that if I make that little bracket across the back there, hopefully that's enough to hold everything steady. My only worry is that it won't be enough. And then what do you do? Maybe I could put a little bolt down here or something like that with a little piece of metal, and you can put a wooden wedge underneath of it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, put a bolt down here with a couple nuts on it, have another on the outside, and then just make a little wooden wedge that'll slide right underneath the two. There we go. Time to drill some holes, get a couple pieces of small angle iron that hopefully I already have holes in it, and finish this little bad boy off. There we go. Prototype number 1 finished. And it's just got the wing nuts on the side to hold it in place. So you just undo that, take out the clamp, and then pull it straight up and out. These guys here, they pivot and they rock, and they also move up and down, so that way the expander can come out easily. I think this worked out pretty good. I like the way that is, you know what I mean? Like the way that pivots and rocks. That's nice. And once you get all that metal in there, this aluminum box gets a little heavy. But boy, oh boy, that looks like that should catch or anything coming out the end of a sluice run. You know what I mean? Just dump your sluice run right here and let all the stuff run downhill. Put it on a pretty good little slope. And that's about that. Yeah. Kind of happy the way this one turned out. Expanded metal is a little rough, you know what I mean? It's used. You know, there's a few things here and there that are wrong with it. You take that guy out and just hammer it down with a hammer and flatten it down and smooth it out a bit, but besides that, though, she's pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm kind of happy the way this one turned out. That's the only defect I got in the damn thing. That's easy enough to fix. I could just hammer that out. But it's dinner time, and it was a good day. I got myself my contraption built that I always wanted to build for myself. And it turned out pretty good. Took me a little bit to figure it out, having to score the aluminum there with the saw. That helped. Get a little bit of extra metal out of the way and allow it to fold up, and worked out pretty good. As long as it didn't take too much out there and it doesn't break, that's my only worry. But for the most part, it looks like she's holding in there all right. Yeah, it's a good little project. Hopefully this little fucker lasts a bit. It'd be dreadful if it didn't. I'd hate to put all this energy and effort into something to have to only do it a couple more times. But, yes, that concludes this task. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you're interested in some contraption like this, you let me know. I might be able to whip you out one. Bye.